Good morning. It is not Lengro live at midday. That is me being a really bad tech. But listen, Mercury goes into retrograde on the 30th. That means that unfortunately communications get harder. So if that's all Mercury's going to give me, then it's fine by me. Good morning, Karen. Good morning, Stella. Good morning, Nigel. So listen, today, guys, we're celebrating musicals. We're celebrating life, and we're discussing our rather British ways. Do you think we're too stiff upper lip? How's the weather? That's all we talk about, isn't it? And of course, I'm going to be giving away some free readings as well. So don't go away, because it could be you. Good morning, Lisa, and good morning, Kat. I know, I put up midday, didn't I? So if you don't know who I am and you've stumbled across my page, then let me know, introduce yourselves, and let me know as well, guys, where you are in the world as well. We have our lovely gemstone expert here as well today. Let me bring her up. This, guys, is the lovely Leslie Anthony, and she runs the Hands Crystal and Gemstone Pirates Treasure, which is our shop on our website, clairepetrolengro.tv. We have loads of beautiful gemstones in there as well. I'm wearing rhodonite today as well, and if you want to ask Leslie any questions, then please do. Kat, so you're part of a musical theatre group. You are going to love today's show. I've also got a little sneaky something. I'll put the banner up now, but don't tell her that I've put it up. Let's have a little look. Oh, I've got to find this. Hold on. Yeah, this is coming up after some readings. Look at that. Very exciting. So let's just go back to your comments, guys. Let's have a look. Hello, Gloucester. What's the weather like in Gloucester? Birkenhead on the Wirral. You're very good at knowing places because you just drive me everywhere, don't you, Rich? Yeah. So we are, let's have a look. Glasgow. Nigel's on the North Pole. We've got Folkestone. We've got a very windy and wet Liverpool. I don't know. I want to know, is Father Christmas okay? Does he need some extra vitamin C up there? A very windy and wet Liverpool as well. Facebook user who said, good morning, Claire. Hope everyone's doing okay. Hope you are too. But darling, please just go to the top of my page right now, or the top of this video, and click and give permission to use. We were going to dress up from the musicals today, but I'm doing back-to-back lives. I'm going to come and see my lovely club members to do some work and readings with them a little bit deeper as well. Don't forget, you can join my members club as well. Just click private members. But today, I decided, instead of tracksuit bottoms, in the heart of the theatre, or rather with the theatre in mind, I thought I'd go for like a dressing gown coat today, rather like a day coat, really. Morning, Jem. How are you doing, sis? I do have my slippers on. Yes, I do. Now, I know that you want some readings. So let's see. What question can I ask you? Let me put a banner up and ask you a question. Let's do this, and I'll give you a reading if you can answer this question. I've got the most amazing Lengro members backstage as well. Kenley, Surrey. Good morning, Eileen, and a bitterly cold Lancashire as well. We've got some great stories and clips that are coming up. So I want to know who's in need of a reading. I want to know what someone could do to cheer you up right now. Let's have a little look. Oh, let's have a little look. We've got lots of messages coming through as well. Got some brilliant theatre facts. So just to start off, guys, we had some enormous planetary happenings. We had a Jupiter-Saturn conjunction on December the 21st, which I always believe marks a huge new chapter. I've said it before and I'll say it again. It marked the end of the Dark Ages and the beginning of the Renaissance. And this chapter, as you see from the news, or perhaps don't watch the news, guys, we can feel the change. And my job as an astrologer is to show you the positives. I'm sure Amanda will talk about the amazing full moon when she comes on after I've given some readings. Look, we have Sam there as well. Sam from Lengro. So if you're worried about getting oiled up, you're not doing it right. And Sam's on hand here to answer your questions as well. So make sure that you ask her. Vicky Goodchild, I'm doing a makeup look inspired by you. Do you know what? My mother said from the age of 12, if you go out without flicky eyeliner on when you're coming out with me, then you're not a gypsy girl. So walking around the house, honey does have the flicky eyeliner. We did do it before Amy Winehouse. We did indeed. There's my cousin, guys. Could you send her some love today? She is a nurse fighting COVID. And did you get my little gift, Lucy? And if you're worried about the labels, the kids labeled those oils, didn't they, babe? Yeah. So if they're a bit wonky, it's with love from the girls. So Kat Groves would love a reading. She's driving to Cornwall for the first time and rather nervous. So while I shuffle some cards for Kat, you've driven very, very many, a lot of distances all over your life, babe. Yeah. What advice do you have for Kat driving for the first time a long way to Cornwall, rather nervous?
Take your time.
Take your time.
Enjoy the scenery.
Enjoy the scenery. Keep off your phone.
Yeah.
Are you on your phone? You better not be on your phone. You better have pulled over, Kat Groves. Let's have a little look. Yes, phone on the back seat. Like Richard, he takes my phone off me, guys. Kat, I have drawn the 5 of Swords for you. It's a card that shows you're deep in thought. Is your journey that you're going on today to go and see someone that you're rather nervous about as well? Are the two things conjoined? Are you worried about delays? I'm not joking for any of you out there. When the planet Mercury turns retrograde, he rules travel and communication. Funny old planet Mercury, isn't he, babe?
He is indeed.
Because sometimes when communications get mixed up, sometimes from the rubble, we can find the right answers. I would honestly say with this card, Kat, wherever you're going or whoever you're going to see for the rest of this month now, for the rest of next month now, listen, don't speak. You might find that you've been hearing the wrong thing and that you think people have said something, but they mean something different. The new moon, Gale, indeed, but I'm going to save that to talk about with the lovely Amanda as well. Let's have a little look. Helen Allen says to Lucy, you and all your colleagues are amazing. Of course, you absolutely are. And they definitely deserve a pay rise, don't they, guys? So Jackie Scanlon, let's have a little look for you. What you want to know about a retrograde planet. Retrogrades occur when a planet appears to be moved backwards, but it's not really moving backwards, it's stationary. What does it do? What do you call it? Reflection, didn't you? I think Mercury is about reflection because sometimes when there's crossed wires, we have to look at life from a different direction, don't we? You think it's because we overtake it?
Yes,
it's like being spun around, isn't it?
Because it's so close to the sun, it's directly around the orbit, it's less than ours.
Yeah. You can speak up. You can speak up. We have drawn the Emperor for you, which means that somebody in your life has the capabilities to be the man that you want to be. I know Jackie's backstage. She likes this card. This is probably one of the first cards that she learned, actually. When you pull the Emperor card, you've got some work to do on a man, but he has the capabilities to be what you want to be. It also represents needing a father figure. But sometimes with this card, when it's drawn on its own, Jackie, it means that you're looking to others for answers that only you can give. So let's have a little look. We have got some things. Cat Groves that left you. Thank you for the card and advice. You are so welcome. Let's have a little look. Vicky Goodchild, I would like to know if a situation will work out as I'm stuck in the middle of a family drama. We'll have a look at that. Don't forget, if you've got any questions for the Lengro team as well, they're backstage and I'll be bringing them on very soon. Please take a moment as well to like, follow, and share this page. Start a watch party. Tell them to come and see me in my sort of dressing gown come daytime in Sumbler. We have the nine of Pentacles. And it shows at the moment that one of the problems with your family, Vicky, is that they're arguing over things that are more materialistic, unimportant, not emotional. Maybe you can go in, Vicky, and rather than being stuck in the middle, you can be Switzerland. Switzerland's still neutral, right? Mm-hmm. Whew. Didn't watch the news this morning. But what we do know with this card is empowerment for you by staying where you are. You don't need to take sides. So from today, with Mercury in retrograde, if you do take sides, you'll lose both sides anyway. Remain in your own sense, because clearly with this card, it doesn't involve you. What actually is on your mind more, Vicky, is the fact that there's something that you've given up or put on hold that you need to be working towards. If there was work you were doing that you can't do any longer, do it from home or work out how you can do it online. There's so many of you on there. Okay, I'm going to pick another card for somebody. Then I'm going to bring the gang on. Then we're going to do another reading a bit later on. Then I'm going to go in my private members club. Then I'm going to go over to Derek's, and then I'm going to come back here. How does that sound? And then I think a bottle of wine tonight after that, don't you? Goodness gracious! Oh no, we can't. Oh my goodness! Oh well. Yeah. We are quarantined at the moment for the next 10 days, unfortunately, not through illness, but through going to get healthy in 10 days' time. Let's have a little look. So hopefully that's okay for you. I have that's my own bubble. I thought I can have hot chocolate tonight. It's fine. I have a nice bath though with like candles and everything. Yeah, got to be some reward, guys, hasn't there? Feeling nervous every morning going to work. All of you out there who doesn't relate to that. When we get up, we don't know what it's going to be like. And there's that big thing, isn't there, guys, about a knock-on effect, which is when you wake up in the morning, if your loved one is horrible to you or your children are horrible to you, you can go out and be horrible to the people you work with when you can go out. But I think that it's about setting your routine first of all, even before I draw a card for you, Michelle. And I think that you've got to take control of your working day. But let's see if there's something else that you are worried about. So 7 of Pentacles is a really difficult card for you at the moment because you are building something up, but you're worried something's not going to happen. It will, but here this card really brings into play again about the effect of Mercury. It reflects what's happening in astrology right now. And for you, that is the fact that there's delays with finances. There'll be delays with your work being progressed. But guess what? With this, whoever it is has to pay you. They have to keep their promise. So things are going to be okay. There's little things that you can do. And I know that Sam at Lengro will help you with this. Try burning some essential oils. And when you get up in the morning, have a routine for yourself. We like a bit of pink, pick-me-up pink grapefruit in the morning, don't we? Yes. A bit of lemon when I'm in the kitchen. Clean it with the dishes as well. And Sam at Lengro, actually, no, I haven't got a tipple in the house, actually. We've been doing smoothies. I'm very boring, aren't I? So let's take you off for the moment. And we are going to be doing lots and lots of, let's have a look. Cards as well throughout the day. Let me just read this. Hold on. Claire, I forgot to tell you how much I love you as a friend. Oh, thank you so very much for being in my life. You are so very special to me in my heart. Sending you very big hugs. Guys, do you know what? You guys keep me going. And every time that I come on live and I do a live with the Lengro ladies and everybody in Lengro, you warm my heart. So right back at you. Well, as you can see, on the bottom of the screen. Oh, I haven't got the right message there. Let me just bring this lady up. I don't quite know how to introduce you, Amanda, because you wear so many hats, don't you? Amanda, yes. I don't know if you saw backstage, but I contacted the lovely Davina and went behind your back, and I happened to have a clip of you in the West End starring in Gigi.
Okay, good. That's amazing.
I just need you to give me permission to be able to play it, if that's okay with you.
I give you permission to play it. That's fine.
Thank you very much. Right, guys, just let me take that banner off. This is to cheer you up, but I tell you what, it's not need to cheer you up, it's to impress. This is the amazing Amanda Waring, starring in Gigi in the West End. Take a look at this. Oh my goodness. I was saying to Rich, you really remind me of Judy Garland. You just do.
Oh, that's so fantastic. Oh, bless you. Thank you.
Look at it. Sonia Lewis says, wow. Rutherford says, brilliant. Well, of course, I have to bring the Lengro ladies on because talking about the musicals is something you are an expert in, but the lady who thought of making today's Lengro Live about musicals is, of course, the amazing Jack Tyler. And of course, we wrote Em Oz. We wouldn't let her sleep tonight. No way on a Saturday. Hello, Em.
Hello, congratulations, Amanda. That was amazing.
I think we should. I think we need to go out with that at the end of the show as well. We have to show that again. It's amazing.
100%. Now, Jack, let me just bring up something so that you can say what you were going to say and talk about what you were going to talk about. We've got this up today.
Oh,
Yep. Well, Radio 2, BBC Radio 2 is celebrating musicals all this weekend. Every show, every DJ is playing lots of musical show songs, which is fantastic. So we thought we should celebrate musicals today. And we know our lovely Amanda's here, who's been in every musical, who knows everybody. We want to hear all her stories today.
That's a different story than I heard, because Jack actually got an inbox, a message in her inbox from Sir Andrew Lloyd Webber, didn't you, Jack?
Yes, he contacted me yesterday to tell me what he's up to this year. See? From Sir Andrew himself. And
How fun.
Yes, well, his new musical Cinderella will be premiering at the Gillian Lynn Theatre in the spring. Hopefully that will still go ahead. Phantom of the Opera is going to return to Her Majesty's Theatre in June. And Jason Donovan is back in Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat at the London Palladium in July. So
that's brilliant news.
Forward to.
Hi, Jan.
Hi,
Sonia.
Absolutely fantastic. Now, I think you had a question for Amanda as well, didn't you, Jack?
Amanda, so when you've been on stage in all the the productions that you've done, have you ever forgotten your lines in the middle of a production?
oh my God. Oh yes. You're making me nervous thinking about it. And it actually was during Gigi. So when I was doing Gigi, it was a year-long run and it was very intense. And just to say that clip you saw was from the Royal Variety Show. So the Queen had actually specifically asked for that song because we'd done a performance for the Queen, which was such an honor. But I nearly lost my words then, and in the end you do what's known as a click track. So at that moment you have to sing to your own recording. Everything for that, the Royal Variety Show then, that's how they did it for those bits. But because I slipped, the stage was so sweaty from all the dancers before that did Oklahoma. Also all cartwheeling, hillybillies all over the place. Just the floor's just filled with sweat, and there's no in between. It's next act, bow to the Queen, next act, etc. So not only later on in that clip do I do the whole number, but a massive cartwheel and then singing and stuff. So there's a click track going, but at that moment I'd completely, with skidding in sweat and just everything, completely forgot my words. But of course the music's still going and my mouth saying something completely different. And another time was I was doing 2 shows, so I don't know why, but I was only 19 at the time. But I was playing Kathy in Wuthering Heights. So I was going from a broad Yorkshire accent in the day I was rehearsing, and then playing at night. Gigi, never do that. Never do 2 plays at once. It's not a good idea. So at one point in Gigi, I just remember, it was a matinee, and I just lost concentration for a minute, and I just came out with a line of Wuthering Heights in a broad Yorkshire accent.
Oh my God!
It's so funny.
Can I just ask, Amanda?
Yes.
I grew up going to see musicals every week because my mum would go backstage at the Theatre Royal in Brighton and also to the West End to read the hands of people like Michael Crawford. And I mixed with actors and I went to drama school to get out of going to normal school. But to do a show every night, I mean, how did you get up night after night and do it? I mean, that's at a different level,
Oh my God, it was so hard. It was so hard. You get most people that do like long runs, and now there aren't that so many like long runs because it did run for a year. And then I think I found that you get to 6 months and then you start to forget your lines because you kind of know it so well that you suddenly get lost and a bit, oh, what's happening, punch drunk. And then after sort of 7 months, you find, oh no, I'm okay again, that's fine. And then the longer you get to the nearer of the run, you've done it so many times, and this is common for every actor, you find that actually towards the end, that's when the lines start to just slightly disappear. And I don't know what the brain does, I don't know, you have to keep refreshing your mind and doing something very different on stage to just bring yourself back so that you don't sort of
Are there some shows, some lines from some shows that you just will never forget, that are in there forever now?
Yes.
Which show's lines will never leave you, are ingrained in you the most?
Well, obviously my one-woman shows.
You gotta remember them. You never know. It's like Robbie Williams with Angels. He can never forget those words. Do you know what I mean?
But even now, and also because I'm doing some words and music for this new show, lovely, what's it called? Let Love Bloom. Yeah. So some of the music and the poetry for some other shows that I did, like from way back, come into my mind. Like a weird thing, like, you know, there was a little girl who had a little curl right in the middle of her forehead. Yes. When she was good, she was very, very good. And when she was bad, she was very, very popular.
I like that.
Those kind of things, you know, that just stick, and you go, "Oh my gosh, I've known that since I was about, 21."
What about? I suppose, like, you know, when you're doing all the plays and it gets quite monotonous because you're on every single day. I suppose at the end, when you get that standing ovation, that must be amazing when you go out and they're all clapping
and you know what, and the show was very successful, and it was amazing, and I think that you live off that kind of buzz, so part of it, sort of that ego part of you, and it's like, oh, thank goodness, it's great. And I just think it's the body, it's finding the stamina, and obviously I was very young at that time, and I didn't really want to play the part, so it wasn't like I was craving to play the part of Gigi or even do a year's, I kind of fell into it and sort of thought, oh, well, you know what, perhaps I should do this. It has been offered, and oh my goodness, so there wasn't much, I didn't have much confidence that, why I was being asked to do it. But the one standing ovation, we do this kind of rundown, to the audience and all of us. And one of the actors we ran all the way down really fast. You do this kind of bow, and then back. We're so enthusiastic that actually let go of our hands, and we all went quite fast and went straight into the audience. Like just kept on going off the stage. So had you done it standing ovation, not a standing ovation, like
my goodness,
clapping on the audience. It was not good because I think somebody had broken their arm or wrist when he landed on them. So there we go. No. Dangerous. Theatre's dangerous, but we need it. We need live theatre, and I miss the fact that we can't just get to a musical right now. But there's so many other ways of bringing musicals and music into the home.
Yeah. Can I just say, we are also not just talking musicals today. I will definitely be doing some readings in a while, but we're also talking manners. And my manners have been awful this morning because, I haven't let you get a word in edgeways. In Oz, it's your birthday week, isn't it?
Happy birthday, Em.
Happy birthday.
Thank you. On Tuesday.
What's your views on manners and on musicals, my darling?
On manners and on musicals. Oh my goodness. That's quite yes, I must admit, being in Australia and America, I never really realized when I lived in England, but yet the British are incredibly polite and also, really quite conservative. I think especially my time in America, there was definitely several times that I just thought, oh my gosh, I am so uptight. I am so reserved and guarded, and I really had to kind of pinch myself, go, no, you've got to let go. It's a different way of doing things. And certainly Australia is quite different as well. They don't have that. People are very, very honest, which I really appreciate as well. I mean, not saying that I had a problem with anybody in England, but I've grown to really get used to that honesty and stuff and appreciate it. So
Well, I
yeah,
think the English
and
way.
musicals. Amanda is my absolute heroine. Like, I just cannot believe how talented you are, and that clip was amazing.
Darling.
How you did it for a whole year at that age is just incredible. Like,
But oh, bless you, darling.
kudos, lady. Kudos.
Oh, well,
Amazing.
you are all my heroines. And talking about manners for me, for me, when I had married a Swedish man, when just shortly after that, and sort of had changed my focus on performance a little bit, but I was shocked that there was no pleases or thank yous. So that I'm really shocked, and my mum and dad, I remember being really shocked of sort of going to Sweden, and at that time, because it's that directness, and you ask for something, you don't say please, and if you give it to somebody, you don't say thank you. I mean, that was then, but it was very much that direct approach that my dad just found absolutely the rudest thing ever. And no sort of understanding of different cultures and how that would work. And I think the English, we're not very good at it. We like to go around about the houses, don't we? And we like to smooth things over. But it is refreshing when you have people where you don't have to say please or thank you or apologize 200 times for something,
I think the English way is often "I'm fine," isn't it? Which is
Yes.
a Scorpio woman like me, and I say to Richard, "I'm fine, darling." What does that mean?
I'm in
Big trouble. Actually, the English connotation of "I'm fine" has a million different, meanings, really, depending on who you're asking, what mood and what tone they said in. If I say "I'm fine," if I said "I'm fine," there's a little bit of a difference. Sam at Lengro
I use
said,
that one sometimes.
I want to know, while you comment, I want to know, first of all, what all of you followers and viewers, what you consider to be the height of bad manners. Some people find burping at a table a sign of really good manners, especially in Ireland. Other people think it's the most disgusting thing that you can do. We're going to be talking about that. But first of all, we had some questions, and we've got a question for Amanda. Let's take Amanda's question from a follower. Amanda, who was the best co-star on stage, and who was the worst or rudest? Helen Allen, I love
That's a good question.
Helen
Yeah.
Allen, very obvious answer. I am the best co-star on stage in my one-woman show because I play different personalities, and each time I know what I'm getting. That's kind of interesting. The rudest and the worst again, and it's sort of known because it was in that clip, and it actually was Beryl Reid. Bless her, because she is a living legend, or not now, but family adore her, but she would love a drink, and she would be very drunk. And what she'd do if during anyone's scenes, but particularly mine, if I had a solo to sing, she would come on at the back. There's like a screen that you could see through, like a scrim, what's called. And she'd just juggle some oranges, or I'm singing this really delicate kind of love song. Or she'd throw things at stagehands. So if she was on stage and the stagehands were sitting down, and this got into the newspapers, she would literally throw props at them because she thought it was they were being rude, that they weren't standing and watching her for that show. When stagehands need to break and arrest and all of that. It was full of dramas. And she used to, at the end, hold me to my head at the end of Gigi, and it is called Gigi, and their whole ethos with everything, their performances were brilliant and lovely, and I understand. So, but what they wanted, the director, was my head in a spotlight, and it kind of goes to small, and my joyous face because I'm getting married. But so what she'd do was she'd give me this hug, and she'd hold my head down in her boobs, literally, so I couldn't get my head up into that spotlight. So that literally she just put her face in the spotlight.
No way! Wow.
So I think, and there's so many stories. Oh my goodness! But bless her, she was an extraordinary woman, and but it was a baptism of fire, and definitely one that made me think again about
encouraged you to be one-woman shows.
So much easier.
Does anybody else have any questions for Amanda? If not, we'll take one from Emma or Jack. It seems to me this morning that you can ask Amanda anything you like.
I want to ask Amanda, with your one-woman shows, What happens if you're not well? If you're ill and can't do them, do they just get cancelled?
Well, yes, and unfortunately, when I did my first ever one-woman show, which was an adaptation of Chocolate that then I turned into For the Love of Chocolate, guys know I get covered in melted chocolate, and it was a big premiere up at the Assembly Rooms, a world premiere. There was lots of publicity, and I was desperately ill. On the way up, I got into the hospital, in the journey up, and then after 2 performances, I was terribly unwell and in the hospital for 2 weeks. So the show didn't go on. And then at the end, I managed to do 4 performances. So my first foray into one-woman show and launching was played. So yes, I didn't get any money. I had to pay everybody, obviously, and it was a bit of a nightmare. But the shows that I did do went down so well. And one of the stage managers was allergic to chocolate, which is a bit of a problem because it's really messy and the audience chocolate a bit too. So she'd be throwing up in a bucket because of her allergy to chocolate. So so the Edinburgh shows were not that good. So yes, if I get ill, like seriously ill, otherwise I will just carry on. Doctor Theatre.
Well, you've got another question here from Kerry Watson. Did you go to the Sylvia Young School?
No, darling, I didn't. I went to the Guildhall School of Music and Drama, and I only stayed for a year because I'd got lots of work. And in a way, I don't know, but I think why I got Gigi was because I wasn't trained, and I think that there was a sort of an unshowbiz performance there, so it looks more innocent than maybe if I'd been like a really trained, because Sylvia Young's amazing and the people that come out of those are incredible. So I'd never sung before. I wasn't really trained in anything. But I think what I did have was innocence that was right for the part.
Come on, Amanda, you must have been born singing Coming Out, your mother. Really?
She was singing as I came out.
You have a question for Amanda.
Yeah, so Amanda, you've done so much work over the years. What is the thing that you have enjoyed the very, very most? What production?
Oh, my son.
Your son. Oh, what a lovely love.
I always forget to say the kids first when I get interviewed. I must remember that.
My son, I mean, I still can't believe that the human body is capable of bringing forth, new life, and what a show, and he's an amazing singer and performer, and we'll premiere one of his songs that's just come out. So obviously I am such a proud mum, and I think that and I think as parents and everyone that's in lockdown and all the stresses and the difficulties, but I think we forget that I know I did, that being was within us. I mean, we produced this incredible, our children, these people. It's absolutely, when you think like that, the miracle of that, I think we don't think about it so often because I think we'd just be overwhelmed all the time.
Absolutely. Now, what I want to go on to next is I did load these photographs, so I'm going to have a little look. I wanted to know, what was all of your favorite musicals that you've ever liked? Is it a little bit of Starlight Express? Was it Les Mis? Is it Mamma Mia? Or is it Cats? Let us know what your favorite musical is so that you can ask some questions later on. Were you born to be a performer? And then I'm going to go on to something else as well, actually. Do you think you were born to be a performer?
Yes. So both my parents were actors. My mum was the actress Dorothy Chewton, and my dad was the actor Derek Waring. And I was named Amanda after Private Lives, and Kate after Kate and Taming of the Shrew. So, and also when I was born, I had these little, like an elf, like long strands of hair, really long strands of hair that came out like a changeling child. So I was obviously a bit different. Mum and Dad didn't want me to go on stage in the shows or anything at all. They were so adamantly against it. So they were not encouraging ever, really, with that. But I think that, I obviously was. I mean, it was in my genes for sure. And my granny was an amateur actress. And I just love to communicate and spread joy and use my voice and be silly, and yeah, definitely.
I love that. Gemma's saying Blood Brothers. Oh, with the
Yeah.
song. What's it called? Tell Me It's Not True. That
Oh,
song.
yes.
That's brilliant. Yeah.
I so wish we could play music on here. Kerry Watson likes My Fair Lady. Good choice there. Sam, Mamma Mia. Of course, she's going to
Yeah.
go to all the parties, that isn't she? My Leslie, who I'm going to come to at the moment, likes Les Mis. Now, as you know,
Hold on.
You
Before
go on.
we move on, Claire, you were nearly a star yourself, weren't you? Tell us that story.
That was off.
Starlight Express story.
Yeah. Okay. So I went to drama school to get out of going to school with the lovely Mitch Jenkins, and we used to get the stage newspaper, as you do, and people would go up for auditions. And when I was young, the musical I saw the most, that I knew all the words to and had on tape, was Starlight Express. So I got myself in my pineapple leggings, and I was very slim when I was young, and I really looked like a dancer. And for some strange reason, up in Covent Garden, where I think it's the Pineapple Studio is, I managed to get through to round 3 of the European tour for Starlight Express. And they really got down to the dancing and realised how crap I was. And I remember going home on the train in between auditions with my dad, panicking because, like, they haven't worked out yet. You know, I've like covered it with a look and like managed to stand behind this really beefy guy. You know, but we didn't get to the skating bit. Actually, we didn't. And I do often wonder what would have happened to my life had I gone to Europe. And who knows? I could be living in Germany with the new love. I don't know.
Racing around everywhere.
There's many jobs that we could have all gone into, which is actually a great lead for my next part, because being an actress, Amanda, or being involved in something where you're exposed as your own personality often leads us all, and sometimes this might be true for you guys in your own life. And one of you said, you know, you had anxiety going to work. What are the tools that you use to make you feel better? And I'm going to come on in a moment to the ceremony that Amanda's doing, the IMOLC ceremony as well, which you guys can get tickets for. But I did want to talk about the project that Leslie Anthony and Rich, aka The Hand, has got, and talk about the importance of gemstones and crystals. And I wanted to know what you use for confidence. For example, I'm wearing a gemstone around my neck right now, put on a different one for the different mood I'm in each day. But I also keep a bag of gemstones in a little bag under my pillow at night for my moods. Now, you can say that it's really you making yourself believe that. But Rich and I decided, the more we got involved with Leslie, to do some research into this. And actually, if you look at the ancient things like the pyramids, Cleopatra's Needle, we watched so many documentaries last night about the rose quartz they contain for energy and how you can turn, when light shines on rose quartz, into energy. And I wanted to know your thoughts on that. And also, I'm going to be doing, when lockdown's over, some lives with Leslie from her house with all of our stock, because I've run out of room. But also, I want to know what you use and show you some of the things that we choose to use as well. So coming back to you, Amanda, for the moment, and also I want to know about you, Em and Jack, and all of you out there. What did you first start using as far as crystals or a talisman is concerned?
Oh, I was very young, probably about 6 years old. I used to collect things from nature, and we lived on sort of near a common in Putney.
I'm so sorry, I need to interrupt you for 1 second. Guys, we have a spammer called Og Bermuda Emperor, who's offering you a more accurate psychic reading. I've tried to block him, but don't forget, if you do get inboxed, it is spam and it's not from us. Just come to all of our pages, which I'll put up, but he's still going there as well. So Amanda, I will carry on blocking him. You please carry
Yes, so I used to find stones, and I used to love the pictures on the stones, you know, that you look at and see what you could see in it, like dragons or a face or something like that. And I used to collect them and line them up on my windowsill, and each one for a different time when I was feeling anxious or sad or something. And all of my teddies would have their own little special stone as well. So I used to hold them and feel them. And it's that old practice of touchstones. You know, it's the sort of wise woman ways as well. You know, what that feeling of rubbing something between your thumbs is really comforting, really good. It makes you feel solid when you hold something solid. When you feel that you everything feels you're out of your body with fear or anxiety, holding something that's solid gives you that grounding and gives you that help. So it could be a pencil almost, you know, it could be anything particularly, but I do believe that the stones and the crystals have an energy that we resonate with in a different way.
Absolutely, I couldn't agree more. What about you, Em? What do you use?
Well, my favourite gemstone's moonstone. It always has been. I've been an avid collector of moonstones for many, many, many years. But I did actually, I'll turn around. Whoops. I did actually get this beautiful cat's eye the other day,
That's beautiful.
which I absolutely love. And yeah, like Amanda said, I love to the hold, yet to hold them definitely does give you a lot of grounding. And also like stones like cat's eye that you can change in the light and just stare at. I love that. And moonstone's the same, obviously, you know, with the rainbows that you see in it and things like that. And I just find that tactile and also visual thing just very, very helpful.
Absolutely love that. So I'm just going to bring up some pictures for you so you can see what we've got in our shop. And also I need to bring up some things for Amanda as well. But let's have a little look. So this is the website if you'd like to have a look at any of the products that we've got in stock. But guys, you don't have to buy ours. What happened is Sam from Lengro sent me a worry stone and I loved it so much. I started talking to Leslie and Richard, and now we've got 90 items in our shop, but we only buy what we actually have and what we like. So you've got charging plates, you've got amethyst clusters. These are my favorite. Of course, the necklaces that you see here on the lives as well, and custom made bracelets. But I just want to put that up for you guys to make sure that you know about the gemstone shop, which actually we get absolutely loads of orders every day. And let us know what you'd like us to get in for you as well, because Leslie's worked hard with Richard to make sure that our prices are really, really good, guys. And let's have a little look. Jill Manley blesses her stones with moon water. Let's have a little look. We are growing, Leslie. And what I'm going to do as well, when I go online this afternoon, guys, I'm going to be doing a little essential oil and gemstone section, so I can show you some more products. And if Leslie can join me, then we will answer some questions as well. I would say, Leslie, you've got to give your take on this, and of course Sam at Lengro and you ladies. Always to attract love, I always used rose quartz, but also clear quartz as a master charger as well with it. So what combinations do you like? I think sometimes it depends on the individual and also on what their needs are as well. Which takes me on, Amanda, too, and I'm going to say it so perfectly.
Go on.
Imbolc ceremonies, please.
Oh, yes. Okay. And darling, sorry, I was going to say to Jack, look at your beautiful, is that selenite behind you?
Selenite, yeah.
Yeah.
Being a writer, I love selenite, so I have some here and in my bedroom because that's where I write.
Exactly.
So, yeah.
If any of you out there are budding writers, get yourself some selenite. Jack's got one. I needed 2 towers for a bit more inspiration. Some days, but get yourself some selenite. It's really hard to get hold of at the moment, and the prices are going up. So get in there, if you want to.
In there now. But Jack's got so inspired anyway with her writing a new book as well starting. So I can't wait to see that too. But yes, I'll just answer about the Imbolc question. So I'm doing a ceremony. So as my work as a celebrant and ceremonialist as well. On February the 1st. So if you go on my page at Amanda Waring's page, there'll be details there. So it's February the 1st. And what I'm going to be doing there is it's an ancient time, again, of the old ways of celebrating new beginnings. It's the sort of start of spring. And you can, the whole history of it is amazing. You know, the whole concept of having a bridey doll, which is bringing in St. Bridget into your home and hearth and heart. So blessing yourself with luck and love. But with this ceremony, it'll be about an hour and a half. And we will work with what we want to plant for the new beginning of our life. So it's going to be a very uplifting, optimistic ceremony. We'll be working with meditations, candles, heart intentions for ourselves and the world. And I'll be sharing lots of very unique shamanic practices to help you with your mental health and help you to see a clearer and bigger picture where we might have felt a bit locked in. And this time we're going to get our vision out and our heart opened up. So yes, join me, anyone who feels that they can, and sign up for it. And I look forward to seeing you there.
Absolutely love that. I just wanted to say, with some of the aspects at the moment, we have indeed got 7 planets moving in to Aquarius. A whopping 7 planets. They're going to be clustered together as well in the sign of Aquarius, creating what's known as a stellium in astrology. Okay, so those planets are the Sun, Moon, Mercury, Venus, Jupiter, Saturn, and the asteroid Pallas as well. It's a huge month and a huge year, guys, but you can all make it exactly what you want. Vicky Goodchild, indeed, citrine for you for creativity. And of course, sometimes I think that if you believe in your gemstones, they'll believe in you. It's a little bit like life, isn't it, really? So shall I take you ladies off, do a reading, and then bring us all back on for a final word of wisdom? Is that right, Rich? Can't promise that, but we will come back on. Let's take you ladies off. See you in a moment. Let's have a little look. Okay, so make sure that you do get tickets for Amanda Waring. Even the Lengro team get their tickets and get in. So it makes you take that moment out for yourself. So who would like a reading? Where can we sign up, Amanda? That's the question there. If you look at the bottom of my screen, and I will leave that up for you now, just head on over to Amanda's page. And do please take a moment to like, follow and share, not just my main page, but hook up with the girls as well. I'm sure that they might comment on here afterwards, but I will put their banners up in just a moment. So if you'd like a reading, I would like something from you. What do I want from you? Let me have a little look. I would like to know, yeah, I want to go for that one. What's your sign and how could someone most cheer you up right now? I'll tell you if I agree. Oh, hold on a second. I happen to, there we go. Drop my card there. That's it. I can't do this till I've actually picked up the other cards because you can't, babe, could you bend down and just, thanks very much. I dropped my cards. That is a fine example of Mercury turning retrograde. He's a very naughty boy. If you think of the naughtiest boy that you can imagine, that is Mercury retrograde. So thank you, darling. Lovely. Yeah, that is it. Thank you. Whew. It's okay. I'm a professional. Let's have a little look. No, I want some. Okay, that's what I want. I want to know something that would cheer you up as well as your star sign. So, and thank you guys. I've just kicked off somebody who's like a troller that wants to probably inbox you and then take all your money. So just stay on our pages. Let's have a little look. That's a very British attitude I've got, isn't it? Mm-hmm. How dare they? How very dare they? Hello, lovely. Look, is that like, looks like orbs behind you? Let's have a little look. So I'm going to pick you a card, but you didn't say what you missed. I saw someone that said about a cup of tea. Okay, I've got to give you a card now anyway, because I must have brought you up for a reason. The 6 of Swords is about moving on. Time to move on because others around you are. Don't be left in the past, but actually what you need to do, my darling, is make your own plans because others have made theirs, whether you know it or not. We're looking at the timing of this card to be the autumn. So by the autumn, you need to have your own life planned out. And do you know what? Just looking at you, my darling, I don't think you have ever made life all about you. You look a bit of a missionary to me. Somebody has to go out be beckoned to help people. In fact, I could see her and Amanda traveling the world and getting into some trouble together. Indeed, I could. Right. Tell me something. Let's have a little look. Emma Williams is struggling with study and would love a card. So I'm thinking, I haven't even got your star sign there, Emma. I want to know your star signs and what you say could cheer you up so I can tell you if I agree and put you in the right direction. But Emma Williams will still turn a card for you. We've got Joey Gray. Well, in my pack anyway. Here's the Hanged Man card. And the Hanged Man is somebody who's really going through a manifestation. Your hangman card that you've got is the wrong way around. So it means you're not using your time to study, darling. Emma Williams, sometimes when we want to study, sometimes when I've got to work, we just sit there, don't we? And it's like, can't do it. Make a different routine in the morning, get up, go for a walk, preferably doing some grounding, getting the grass beneath your feet, and then come back. But don't go to work straight away. I'd like to know what star sign you are, or don't start work straight away. So Leslie is also saying to you, Emma, a piece of fluorite is good to have. We got some fluorite to show, I think, over there. We've got to organise a stock later, but maybe we can get that out to show on the show later. So fluorite is good. So do check out clairepetulengro.tv, go into our shop. And of course, if you can't find what you want, get on over to What I Love with the discount code of Lengro, and we'll sort out some special deals for you as well. Sam agrees with that. You are more than welcome, my darling. Was I right about Amanda, though? I want to know one thing that would cheer you up right now in your star sign, and I'll pick you for a reading. You're all still, that's it. Jan Oaks, you've got it this morning. And Aries. Aries are ruled by Mars. Mars is okay with Mercury at the moment, so you're one of the ones that can ride it, Jans. Hearing from a friend would cheer you up. Really, for your sign, for Aries, and for all fire signs, that physical contact is what you need as well. So I think, I know it sounds crazy, buy yourself a new pillow, one of those V ones, and make your bedroom a place that's more comfort. So put the love into yourself, Jan, rather than relying on others to cheer you up as well. Let's have a little look. Oh, don't tell me that, Leslie. The doorbell crystal's just arrived. With Leslie, that's got to go in the shop. Okay, so the King of Wands that we've got for you shows you're missing someone who may not be here, someone who's older than you, that was wise. What could they bring to your life? Well, they brought creativity and humor. So your humor is what will save you, Jan, as well. I don't know why Jan as well. I think writing would be a good thing for you as well. Maybe Jan needs to get herself some selenite and see what stories inspire her, or who knows, just write down your family history so that you can leave your mark for generations to come. You're all having full days, aren't you? And indeed, I've got a full day today. I will come back later for a gemstone and oil special with some readings thrown in. I'm going to bring the girls back, but I'm going to be heading over to my private members club after a little freshen up and seeing my girls. Jack, what a great show today. Have you enjoyed it?
Oh, it was fab. Yeah, loved it. Absolutely loved it.
Good. And Ems, we're keeping you up late again. We're going to work out some
That's
aren't we? Let's have a little look. Hold on. Bring it down as well. Em, I'm going to ask you a quick question. Pull one out because I know you give good advice. Jill Manley is feeling nervous and we don't know why. What do you do on days you feel nervous? What advice can we give Jill Manley as a friend from Em in Oz?
Take one step at a time and realize that what will be will be. There's no need to feel nervous. Have confidence in yourself, and I'm pretty sure you can do it, Jill. Don't worry. We're behind you. We're egging you on. You will be fine.
I love that. Do you know what? Sometimes coming and talking to all of us as well, we find things out about ourselves, or you might find something out about you. And I really hope that we've cheered you up today. But Jan Oaks, you often said you could write a book about my life. Don't think, do. If this gypsy girl can have 18 books that have been published, then I know that you guys can too as well. What message do you have for everybody, Jack?
Oh, read Lengro magazine this week. Go to lengro.co.uk because we've got some great articles in there this week. So if you're looking for something to do, definitely do that. And listen to radio too, because all the musical songs are on there all weekend.
Absolutely love that. And what about you, Amanda?
I want to tell everyone to read Jack and Em's stories. They are astounding. They're twin flame stories. These girls write so beautifully. They are small nuggets of just gold that will lift you up, that will break your heart. You know, it's beautiful. And to Jill Manley, darling, she's having her first funeral. That's why she's feeling nervous. She's taking her first funeral as a celebrant. So, Jill, I've taken over 500 funerals now over my time, and what the first funeral is always tricky. So my advice to you is to say, just focus on not yourself, but focus on what it is that you're going to give to others in your ceremony, and that will take the nerves away. So not focusing on your own nerves, what it is that you're going to give others during that ceremony. And if you want to check into the person that's deceased and ask for their strength and help and support, that may also calm your nerves.
I absolutely love that. Well, I'm afraid that I can't leave the show this morning without playing your video again. So let's get on a high with the amazing video. At the bottom, you can see Amanda's ceremony. And we're going to work out ways for you to come on more. We've also got a secret, which is we're hoping that your twin flame stories can be told as well as a segment for people to enjoy as well. So I'm excited about that. I hope you are too.
Yeah, very, very.
Really,
That's awesome.
But let's leave you with our star that is Amanda.